If Paige VanZant never had to deal with a broken arm again, it would be too soon. It's been over 2 years since she first suffered the injury during her flyweight debut against Jessica Rose Clark. Multiple surgeries followed, and outside of her win against Rachael Ostovich in January 2019, VanZant has consistently been sidelined due to repeated breaks in her forearm. Thankfully, the Dancing with the Stars vet was able to stay healthy in the lead-up to a fight against Amanda Ribas at UFC 251. But afterward, she plans to undergo one final surgery on her arm in hopes of staving off further injuries. She'll have a plate removed from her arm, which she said is the culprit behind her repetitive injuries. "I think that's the biggest reason I want to go in and have another surgery to get my plate taken out. Every punch I throw hurts," VanZant told MMA Fighting. "Everything that happens on my arm kind of hurts. I have the plate that runs from my wrist to my elbow. It's something that's in the back of my mind. I can still train 100%, but I can't hold pads for anybody. I can't help my teammates as much as I would like." Despite the coronavirus quarantine forcing almost every fighter to adjust their training schedules, VanZant was lucky enough to build a gym at home and get in consistent workouts with her husband, Bellator welterweight Austin Vanderford. When she finally got the call for the fight with Ribas on July 11, VanZant was extremely happy. Not only was she anxious to compete again, but her body, and particularly her arm, were healthy enough to allow her to compete again. "I am so excited," VanZant said. "Honestly, I couldn't be more excited for the way it all worked out. Yeah, I've had some really bad luck in fighting career, continuing to break my arm and then finally getting onto the win streak, beating Rachael Ostovich and then getting back in there. I was feeling really good. It was like it hurt my pride to break my arm in the gym after a win. I had momentum. I was feeling so good. I was training to fight Amanda Ribas, and unfortunately I broke my arm. But the way it worked out, it was so epic and so awesome." Ribas typically fights at 115 pounds, but she will be moving up to flyweight for the matchup against VanZant. On the flip side, VanZant has spent almost her entire UFC career in the strawweight division before making the move up to 125 pounds for her past 2 fights. While she's definitely flirted with the idea of moving back down again, VanZant says ahead of UFC 251, she's really comfortable in her new weight class and it's likely flyweight will become her permanent home. "I know the people I've beat at strawweight already, like Felice Herrig. Beating these people I could potentially be a ranked fighter in that division," VanZant said. "Even though I haven't had as many fights at 125 pounds, I feel that's where I belong. I've never missed weight and I never, ever want to."